Everybody, and welcome to the Learn Dota 2 League Season 15, Week 1. Today, we're taking a look at a game that's already become sort of infamous in LD2L. We're taking a look at Riki Blinders, the white Joel Birch team, taking on Arkosh Ganging, the Gotham team for this season. This is the only game in this lineup. There is no game 2. I mean, there is, but it's 5 seconds, and, well, then something happens that we'll talk about later. But either way, with me here now, we've got your girlfriend's favorite Dota 2 player, Ocelot.
Hey, it's me, the guy that she tells us not to worry about.
It's true.
And I'd like to point out that we have a very eponymous Riki band over on the other side there.
Yep. Riki is,
Treant band?
this is going to surprise you, but these are like two of the most popular supports right now, Riki and Treant.
I'm definitely out of the loop.
People have finally started getting around to the idea that Smoke Cloud is a ridiculously good support skill, and that
Wow, it took him this long?
Yeah. And that Sleeping Dart thing that he has is also ridiculous as well. So
it's Elder Titan in a can on a really low cooldown. Of course it's busted.
people are just kind of building around that right now.
5 seconds remaining.
I can't imagine that's gonna play out in anyone's particular favor though, since it is not in the rotation anymore.
Yep, certainly not going to be playing out for Riki Blinders, who named themselves after this team, and now that it's been banned, they must concede.
They're just like, they just hate purple people. Why do they hate purple? They're gonna ban Witch Doctor next
Racist.
and calling it. Yeah, actually. Why are they gonna wait? What's the first pick?
Lena.
Lena.
Oh, you want another thing that's going to shatter your brain?
Lena.
Radiant
Yeah, let's hear it.
Most popular right now is a Pause 1. Got Io here, that's a specialty of Copeless.
I
Pause 4
see.
player.
They're trying to knock out heroes that seem to pair with them. I see.
Yep. Lena,
Can't
very
really
popular
say
Pause 1
that-
right now.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but
seconds
I can't really say that I've ever gotten a full grasp on
5
the reasons
seconds
pick.
remaining.
Like, the reasons to pick Io change with like every
Dire team
cycle of Dota's, big name patches, right? And okay, well that's a Witch Doctor pick. They got someone
Got the
purple
purple
in that
man
team.
after all. Gotham's going to be weak to this now. He wasn't expecting purple today. Yeah, I mean, I think the IO is kind of like what IO is going to be doing is going to be largely
10
dependent on
seconds
A, if there's like a
remaining.
super good IO combo in the meta at the moment, or B, if you're just a
5
good IO
seconds
player, you
remaining.
like running him out and will flex him to do anything you want. Got the Undying pick here. Flashbacks to last season. Neither of these supports can do anything about Undying. I mean, well, Witch Doctor can be kind of an annoying choice with Maledict, but that's all they got.
I just want to point out that Undying and
10
Witch Doctor have the
seconds
single funniest interaction between the two of each other, where Witch Doctor drops his
5
Death Ward and
seconds
Undying
remaining.
summons his Tombstone, and neither of them can really mess with the other's like little summon gimmick without them like both dying by the end of it. Like, sure, Witch Doctor will get his full ult off and just melt Undying, but if Witch Doctor channels for that full duration or has to, and the Tombstone's left up, he's just gonna get ripped apart by the Zombie.
It is kind of fun.
It's a really funny interaction because they almost always die to each other in a fight. It's not something you'll really see like 100% of the time, but if it ever comes down to a 1-to-1, it's always going to be
Radiant
Undying
team
that
back.
fights it, and then Witch Doctor just struggles to kill the Tombstone.
It's gonna
Another
be
purple man.
Yep.
What the hell, man?
very
I don't like
racist.
that.
This is interesting to state. We don't really know confidently going into this game exactly what the lane layout for Arkosh Ganging is going to be.
10
If
seconds
you
remaining.
are in the LDL community and aren't aware, or if you're Ocelot and are
5
certainly not
seconds
aware,
remaining.
Arkosh Ganging consists of Gotham and 4 guys who play either Pause 1, Pause 2, or both, almost exclusively. So it's going to be
boy.
interesting to see how they try to make a team comp out of this.
Dire team
I gotta say, having played with a good handful, man, we got some weird alignments of bands here. We've got what is that? 2 agi heroes and an int hero, but they're all purple. And over there, we've just got 3 strength heroes, like really beefy, like mid to frontliners.
Interesting decision to
10
ban out the
seconds
LC. Just means you don't want to get engaged in that arm race. Though that does kind of make me think maybe they've got a specific plan in mind
They
for that.
dropped Void too. Okay, they are literally just banning purple people. I was just making a joke at the start because of the coincidence, but man, this is rubbing a little bit the wrong way, man. I don't want to be associated or affiliated with this team anymore.
10
Come on,
They're giving
come
the-
on,
they're
Gotham.
They're giving the wrong kind of
5
representation
seconds
here.
remaining.
Well, I
Uh,
mean, what can I say? The views of Arkosh Ganging do not represent the views of this casting desk or the LD2L as a
we're gonna
whole.
have to go on Twitter and make a disclaimer post.
Gotham's gonna get canceled after this game.
Gotham is an ass, and we won't be working with him in the future. All right, I'm just gonna make a wild assumption here that the next hero we're gonna see banned over in Riki Blinders, and it's Tusk. I was about to say that.
Yep, Tusk popular here
Yeah.
right now. Another big tanky strength man.
Really?
They hate those.
Really?
Yeah.
I can't get my head around it, dude. The next person getting banned is gonna be like, I don't know. Are we out of purple
10
heroes at this
seconds
point?
remaining.
Let me think. I mean, there's like guys who are kind
5
of purple.
seconds remaining.
I guess the closest would be like what?
Terrorblade's kind of
Pug-
purple.
Pugna maybe.
Pugna's
Like,
green.
he's got
Radiant
he's
team
got like
ban.
purple clothes though.
That's true.
Sniper?
The answer is Sniper.
He's like vaguely like purple. It's like he's got like a smoking problem. Drow? What?
Yep.
Wait, hold on a minute. They got like a whatever. We actually They broke convention. They ran out of funny meme bands, I guess.
Yep, Drow is super duper meta right now. Like one of the most picked
She's-
heroes, ridiculous one, right?
She has always been like
10
back and
seconds
forth in the
remaining.
meta. Like even I'm out of the loop, and even I can tell you from experience that Drow just
Dire team
gets nerfed, or one of her fundamental items gets changed, or a jungle item shifts around, and now she's just like in or out of the meta based on that specifically.
Ember Spirit, specialty of War Carp here. Nothing too surprising from the Riki Blinders pick lineup so far. You've got a very
10
defensive
seconds
support for the
remaining.
Mighty Midget, which is not surprising. You've got Io for Copeless, which is super
5
unsurprising.
seconds
Ember
remaining.
Spirit, one of the War Carp specialties. Gotham, on the other hand, that is interesting that Gotham's trying to run the puzzle on Lena. I don't know how much experience Arkosh Ganging, in particular Kitty, who I believe is playing Puzzlon for them, is got on that
Yeah.
Puzzlon Lena, which is still relatively new. It remains to be seen.
I have to wonder though, like they've got Undying and Lena picked. That's obviously a big setup right there. Like those two alone can more or less win a team fight if they are able to get like what 3 or 4, 5 if you're lucky. If it's a really quick skirmish off with the strength steal, and then Lena just
Whooping everyone.
and just die.
They definitely need some sort of CC here. They need some sort of, and it's kind of unfortunate they knocked out the Enigma, because Enigma would be an awesome pick here.
Yeah.
Gonna get the Hoodwink. Hoodwink's a little
Ew.
CC. Not exactly what they
Yeah.
need. Probably want more.
I got to level with you. As many heroes are being added to the game lately, and as like creative as their designs are, I don't care for Hoodwink.
Nobody does. Nobody
I
likes
can't.
Hoodwink, and if you like
10
Hoodwink, you're on
seconds
my
remaining.
list.
If you like Hoodwink, you don't
5
like Dota. You like
seconds
League or
remaining.
something.
If you like Hoodwink, don't. Just stop. It's easy to stop. It's not like an
Stop it.
addictive.
Get some help.
Exactly. It's a little CC here. The break doesn't mean anything yet at all, but
riddle me this: did they ever rework or get rid of that stupid, obnoxious shard she had, where she could send a clone in that would just stun
yeah,
the crap out of everybody?
I think they switched to that to make it Rags.
It's not much better. I still hate it, but at least it's not like cheapo 1,400-ish gold win the game item.
Got the
Ew.
Razor.
Ew, okay. Hear me out on that Razor pick. That's actually a really ballsy pick because that just dares them to pick a high damage hero to pair with Io. Because that just shuts
10
down their
seconds
combo.
remaining.
Unless it's Tiny, because Tiny can still just drop stones and
5
avalanche and
seconds
kill
remaining.
somebody.
Yeah, it's a very interesting pick because Razor, like, there's nothing on the field that Razor counters or is even really good against so far. But on the other hand, basically everything they can pick for Io is going to have to go into that. Like, almost every good hero, and even like Tiny, you still don't want to have that happen to you as Tiny because the second
Yeah.
Razor gets BKB, what's going to happen?
Okay, hear me out though. The Hoodwink pick might actually be somewhat smart because Undying, here's the thing, Razor doesn't really combo with Undying and like no real way with Lena either. But if they were to say pick something really, really aggressive like PA with Io just to give her that maximum possible uptime to their swings to really fish for crits, right?
Dire team ban.
Razor's just gonna make her useless. Wyvern at this point? I can't
That's
say I'm a
interesting.
fan of that. I mean, I like Wyvern as a hero, but I don't think that's a great pick in this roster, unless this Ember's a god. And I'm out of the loop, so I don't know.
December is probably not a god.
10
Spoilers.
seconds remaining.
That's very interesting. I mean, on one
5
hand,
seconds
Laverne is
remaining.
like the last thing Razor ever wants to see in his lifetime. There is no greater blue ball than getting a full
yeah,
damage
and
static link
Radiant
and then just
team back.
either being forced to use it to murder one of your friends, or you
Viper
get a
ban.
billion damage and then all your friends just kick your ass and you die with it.
Exactly. But a Viper ban, that is not good, actually, because that means they're going to pick something with a really heavy set of passives, most likely, or someone who likes to
10
sit still.
seconds remaining.
If I had to guess, there's actually room for a
5
Snapfire,
seconds
if you ask me, on Arkosh's team, as much as I dislike Snapfire as well.
Yeah, they could definitely be. They could definitely do the funny, currently somewhat popular mid Snapfire. I think on that lineup and be okay.
Man, nothing is going to make someone not want to be in a team fight than the premise of being stuck to Razor with zombies from Tombstone and snap fireballs just hailing from the sky. It's not a very fun team fight by definition. And if by any chance you happen to waddle out of that with like 3 HP, guess who's going to dart you in the back? Surprise, it's Hoodwink from across the map.
I will say though, I do think they need more CC than
Yes,
we're gonna get out of
absolutely,
that.
because Undying has no stun, Razor has no stun, Hoodwinks is, I wouldn't say situational, because trees are like
Radiant
1/3 of the map at
team
minimum. And Lena
But it's
is
short.
unreliable. Yeah.
Both the net stun and the Lena stun are pretty short, and the net stun is, as you said, not the most reliable skill in the world.
Ooh, that Wind Ranger ban actually kind of hurts, because if they were going to pick something for raw DPS to deal with these guys that wouldn't end up screwing their team over,
10
Wind Ranger would have
seconds
been
remaining.
perfect.
Yeah, it doesn't really care about the Wyvern. It has actually a lot of
5
options to
seconds
deal with that.
remaining.
Well, it cares about the popsicle thing, but besides that.
Oh, I just realized. Remember how we were positing the Terrorblade pick earlier? Witch Doctor and Terrorblade have a really nasty combination of attacks, let me tell you, and Winter Wyvern can set that up in a heartbeat. I'm betting
that's true.
Terrorblade with Io. Terrorblade with Io is horrific, because he's unless you're literally having to focus down his little buddy there, that Io is just a walking HP swap in case someone gets Lincolns or something, man. There's some nasty combinations here. Arc Word and another purple man got the ban.
Only two downsides to the fact are,
Dire
one,
team
Terrorblade's pretty far out of the meta, and two, I don't know if the Riki Blinders puzzle actually plays that
I don't
guy,
know.
so.
He's out of the meta, but if you're going to pick somebody that just has huge burst in a window you need it to happen in, Io and Terrorblade are not exactly out of the question, because
Yeah,
Io can just sort of
you just
give
get
him
the
he needs.
you get the Maledict
10
swap
seconds
health, and then the
remaining.
guy just dies.
Yeah, you can literally farm free kills in the early
5
game. All you need are
seconds
2
remaining.
points in Maledict, and that's lethal with a basic, like, level 6 swap. Easy. Done. You are forced to buy salves or have someone continuously level healing skills to keep you alive in that
Radiant
lane.
team
Which
pick.
they don't have. Oh, never mind. They got some now. Necro. Okay.
Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot.
It's good counter to
man.
Wonder Over, and unfortunately doesn't do anything to Ember.
Yeah, well, it'll hold him down at the very least, but it's not going to end up killing him at any point, I don't think, unless he's
Yeah.
10 seconds
really caught
remaining.
out.
He has to be at least a little unattentive.
Riddle me this,
5
actually.
seconds
I've already said that.
remaining.
I'm running over dialogue here at this point. I'm an NPC.
We already knew
Uh,
that.
Hypothetically speaking, would Io be able to teleport someone out of that, or would it still hit them? Because I don't know if it interrupts spells like those. Medusa? That's kind of
100%
blah.
sure.
That's kind of bland. I gotta be real. I'm beginning to be really jaded to Medusa picks. It doesn't surprise me anymore. The only time that Medusa would really surprise me if it was being picked with the enemy team was like, I don't know, Storm Spirit, Anti-Mage, and Weaver, you know?
I don't think I like her much into the Razor.
Yeah, Razor's gonna make that a really bad idea. Like, that's not even, like, spitting that out there. That's just a fact. That is one of those heroes that gets picked, and you're just like, well, this is no longer on the menu. I like this Undying's cosmetic set.
There's going to definitely have to be some sort of very interesting play on White Joel Birch's part. The good news is that Razor is the only thing on that team that Medusa cares about even a little bit. One of the few heroes that doesn't give any cares to Undying, can break the Tombstone, and doesn't really care about the Strength Steal.
You know what? Can you answer me this question here? Do you know if Hoodwink's passive break turns off any of Medusa's stuff, even temporarily? I know that they're toggles now, but
Yeah, I don't think they do.
That's a bit
I
unfortunate.
don't believe they do.
Well,
I don't know how much it matters anyway, because
what do
I
you think
doubt there's
Hoodwink
going
is
to be
here
many.
for? Like, clearly they picked it not just for comfort reasons, right? It's got to be something that they've got it for.
Well, they picked it because Inhale has virtually no support games, and he probably knows how to play this hero, to be honest with you.
That's a good point, actually. You brought that up earlier. I guess I kind of ignored that. Yeah, that's a really good cosmetic set for Undying. I like it. It's the brain in a jar. That's great. It reminds me of that reminds me of the, what was that New Vegas DLC? The one what was it called again?
It was Old World Blues.
Old World Blues, yeah. Fun times. Really funny. Anywho, get that call going.
No, I don't do that until we actually get to lane. Come on now.
Oh, come on. You can do it a little early today. It'll be fine.
Yeah, I don't know what the Gotham team's gonna be doing though, so I can't. By design, I can't.
That's fair. That's fair.
Balance in all things.
Balance.
Well deserved.
This is interesting. So we've
Looks
got.
like Vern's committed to support, I think.
Oh my God, Ocelot.
Yeah, what's up?
This is gonna be a pause 3 Witch Doctor.
Oh, I like that. That is chaos. I love it so much. He's not leveled anything yet, so we're not really gonna know what his build plan is here. But
30
if
seconds
I
to
had to take a guess, it's probably gonna be value point stun into like max Maledict. Wait, no, that's right. They made it so that his heal does a DOT now. Still, did they ever?
Yeah,
Did they revert that?
and it's still
No.
actually at DPC. What a lot of people were doing was just maxing into the heal and getting a Holy Locket, which actually does
Yeah.
amplify the damage of that
Yeah, 'cause
directly.
it shares its heal and damage set, which means that you can get like Holy Locket into like, I don't know, Sanjin Kaya and just become God. You can kill it. Wow, that's like completely uncontested. All right.
Yep, nobody does anything interesting for the runes. And Hale
Yeah,
takes
neither
a
lane.
look, but
Nothing happens. All right. Well, we got a pretty safe. Oh well, Io's caught out by. I don't know what
Undying here.
Undying's doing. Yeah, I don't know what he's doing. Gotham just sort of
probably the
shambling
pause
around.
5. I'm imagining. Just wants to get a few strike stacks, or maybe figure out who the hell's the pause 3. It's also a
Got an observer
possibility.
up there on the hill, so that's good. It's a pretty good spot to have a ward off at the start of the game. Surprised that Inhale. Wait a minute.
Inhale's on Gotham's team,
Yeah,
so
right.
it's copeless.
I got
You're
the-
looking
I was
at,
gonna
and
say,
he's
I'm
got
sort
level
of
1
surprised
heal.
that. Yeah, I was gonna say I'm surprised that Gotham isn't trying to stick around for a cheesy career snap. What is he doing down there?
Who Gotham? I
He's
think
got
he's
a- Yeah, Gotham is just.
just wants to get a few licks in, and again, I think he's just trying to figure out who's the 3, and now is going, oh, Witch Doctor 3? What the hell? See how it
he's
works
got his
out.
heal first.
Oh,
Ooh,
Medusa.
wow, that's first blood. Maybe
Oh,
not.
Medusa, goodbye.
Barely in range for that. That sucks. Getting
Now
first
the mighty
blood with that little effort. Let me guess. Started off grabbing the. Yep, grabbed the net first. Damn. That's
Double kill in the
powerful.
safe lane to start
What
out the
is
game.
cooldown on that on level 1? That got a lot of work in.
That'll be 14 seconds.
Wow, and a 90 mana cost. That is painful.
So, now for the actual roll call. So, for Riki Blinders, pause 1, captain of the team, the white Joel Birch making his long-awaited return to the LD2L scene. Pause 2, you've got War Carp, more like crap, here in mid as the Ember Spirit. Pause 3, you've got Dusty, Dustfinger X, last season's champion as Witch Doctor. Pause 4, you've got Lena on the enemy team. Pause 4, you got Copeless on the Io. And pause 5, the Mighty Midget, sponsored by Come At Me Bro, on the Winter Wyvern.
Dire's middle tower is under
Meanwhile,
attack.
on the other side of the affairs, for Arkosh Ganging, sorry. Pause 1, we've got Kitty on the Lena. Pause 2, we've got Ice on the Necro. Pause 3, we've got Debush, former perpetrator of 9/11, on the Razor. Pause 4, we've got Inhale on the Hoodwink. And pause 5, we've got captain of the team Gotham, High Ping on the Undying. Appears to be doing well so far for himself in
He
this lane.
glanced away for a moment, nearly witnessed a murder.
So far, despite Joel Birch being first to die, he actually is still keeping up pretty well with last hits.
That's sort of Medusa's thing, though. They can really easily maintain their own momentum as long as they're given space. And thanks to some harass from Mighty Midget over here, it looks like he's able to keep that up. However, Mighty Midget's getting... Ooh, and so is Witch Doctor. What happened there? Just caught out by... Oh, he's going to get hit with the... Yeah, he's going to get Dragon Slave.
Barely enough damage. Exact amount needed to kill the Witch Doctor there.
Ouch. He's not going to get IO, though. Not enough mana for another cast Dragon Slave.
Which is kind of lame when it comes to facing IO. You want to be able to get that Dragon Slay, or you want to be able to get that IO dead, but it's probably fine if you got the free for it. Anyway, so since you probably don't know about this guy, since his time here was before we showed up, why Joel Birch? Last time he was in the league, it was season 11 when he was the captain of the team that won. He used to be like 5K. He fell down to Archon. He fell down to like 2.5 or so at the start of the season, trying to pick up Pause 3 in ranked games.
The classic story of Icarus.
Yep. When he plays Pause 1, though, he's usually playing like ancient games, and he's doing pretty well, so... why Joel Birch? Very strong player on this lineup. On the other hand, the Bush was actually at the time of sign-up too high MMR to actually get into this league, and only got in because the players voted to let him through. It's a nice kill. Well, actually, Inhale gets a nice kill for on Laverne there.
You know, I never really looked at the potential of a Hoodwink Razor lane combo. I didn't really click as to how they can make that work. But considering that one of the best ways to mess with Razor is to break line of sight so he can't hit you while chasing you down, meaning you're going to want to run through trees. If Hoodwink just covers the area where you're running, you don't have an escape route through trees. You just have to run it long and just eat the damage loss. It kind of sucks.
Yep, and annoyingly
Really
for
efficient.
them, they got a lot of magic
efficient.
damage. They got a lot of magic damage to make Cold Embrace useless, basically, in this lane.
No kidding.
Well, surprising
Oh,
she even
no.
went for it here.
Honest to God, I thought that was it for a sec, but they have that one value point in Mana Shield.
A little bit of a go happening in mid as well. You can see here,
Dire's
so
top
far
tower
Ember Spirit
is
is
under
not really putting up much of a fight against the Necro. He is leveling into the Flame Guard, and like a lot of these Ember Spirit lanes where Flame Guard is going to be a major deal, I do think that as time goes on, it's going to get a little easier for Warcarp to live in this lane, but he definitely has to be careful, especially when Necro hits 6, which he's about to. If Necro hits 6 at an awkward time, this guy is just dead, and there's just no two ways.
Yeah.
Homeboy
Not
needs
to
some
mention-
raindrops.
Yeah, not to mention, he's having to hemorrhage healing items because Necro can keep up the harass. Speaking of harass, it looks like Undying might bite it to this next... Wait, he's gonna live? Is he gonna... Nope.
Nope.
Barely.
He is out of here.
Ooh. Really aggressive, though. She has the mana to kill him if she decides to, but looks like she's kind of holding off. Might be afraid of retaliation from the lane teleporting in from bottom.
Or it could be...
Vern's
just
got
hold
full
back.
HP mana and is missing on there, and she's in Fog of War right now, no ward. She has no idea if she's waiting or not, so she's kind of hesitating. That's my guess, at least.
Thinking about
Oh, never mind.
items potentially as well.
Ooh, Razor gets the...
Gotta go.
Gets the... Oh my god,
Yeah,
that's
that's a lot of damage, baby.
yeah, oh no. Okay, that kind of helps. That kind of helps.
Yeah, they didn't actually have any things off cooldown at that point, and Hale's
Oh,
going to take half his HP in tower damage.
I wouldn't commit to that chase under the tower, even if your cooldown for your W is low. Ooh. These are some really rough lanes for Riki Blinders here, honestly. They're having to play it super to the wire.
Yeah, the
Also,
good
speaking
news
of
is
to the
that,
wire, sorry to interrupt again, but to the wire, look at the last hits on Necro and denies. I hate to say it, mid is lost at this point.
Yep, if there's one bit of good news, a well-timed bottle here on Ember Spirit is going to make sure that there's not going to be any funny business with that Necro ult. At least not soon, so that's good for Carp. I don't think, like I said, oh, okay, let's get a replay of that.
Man, blink and you miss it, right?
Right. DeBush is going so deep for this. DeBush is going so dead for that. Well played.
They got
says,
Medusa, but oh no, and it was a split kill too, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a split kill on the Razor, but not on the Medusa, which is annoying.
That sucks.
And Fairy Fire is going to keep Inhale alive here. Be funny if he just randomly
No,
got
they've
six
got the
and just-
net. The net does a DOT, and it's got tower aggro. Oh, the creep took the hits. Is she gonna die to this? No, just barely.
Yep, 100 HP.
That sucks. That really sucks. That is not what needed to happen this early in the game.
But I mean, Ludwig's just immediately gonna die for it. Give a dominating streak to Medusa. Actually, she's gotten all the kills in this lane, so Medusa's gonna get a lot of
actually
the
pretty
pullback.
good.
The good news I was
Speaking
gonna
of
talk
kills
about.
in lane, speaking of kills in lane, looks like our friend Ember Spirit's getting a little bit beat up.
Yeah, he's gonna be fine. Necro's probably at this point realized that the best he can do from this point forward is a stalemate. Just wants to, well, either get a friend here or get out.
Fair enough. Ooh,
Have a
oh, they're
solo
committing.
go.
Dodged it. Come on,
Man.
come on. Little more, little more. 1-2 hits. Come on. Wear her down. Ah, she's screwed.
Goodbye. Man, what an annoying combo.
The BM tip. Yeah, you really can't afford to stop running between the tether, the spirits, not to mention the DOT field from the heal. And the I said it earlier, but I think an anti-mage would have really helped. Dire in this
Dire's
case.
courier has
And
been
courier down really carelessly. Ouch.
But I mean, you're not gonna pick for lane. You're gonna pick for the open game, unless you're Arkosh picking your own lane.
The courier had a stick, sentries, and observer wards and smoke on it. That sucks.
Yeah, that's a little rough. That's gonna be another minute before there's really anything operating in this off lane. The good news is Dusty has no goddamn mana, so not Dusty. Yes, Dusty has no goddamn mana, so it's gonna be okay. I also like his Wraith Band. Oh, this does not look good for
Ooh.
Medusa.
Only able to just keep alive enough through, but they have no damage to fight back now.
Io's here.
Oh boy.
Just the mere presence of Io is able to turn this around a little bit. Inhale wants to keep fighting. The Bush says hell no. Hail no.
You can't afford to keep chasing this. Medusa just has no damage right now, and they're gonna be without damage for another second or two.
Well, no, she's got damage
there we
again.
go.
She just has slightly less armor.
Yeah, I misread the debuff there. Jesus.
That's a
I
very
do
good
not
timing.
envy the position that this Medusa's in, though, honestly. Just a very brutal lane, very tailored to try and pressure her into making bad mistakes, like sticking to the trees, trying to break line of sight, try
Despite
to
that,
dodge autos.
She does actually have the second highest last hit count in the server, so it could
That's
be going
true.
a lot worse.
That's sort of the hallmark of a Medusa player, is the ability to last hit under extreme pressure.
And notably as well, actually has top
And
net
comeback
worth.
gold. Comeback gold, too. Oh, no.
Gotham
Oh, here
is,
we go.
Figured out where the
He
Witch
doesn't
Doctor-
have his ult! Oh, no!
Radiant's middle
Okay, he's
tower is
fine.
under attack.
I honestly thought that Lina was going to dive in and just go in for the kill there.
Now Lena's up here.
Is he doing their ancient?
I believe he is.
Nah, they're not strong enough to do that yet.
Yeah. If nothing else, he cited out the stat. Arkosh knows what's good for him. They probably have Lena come in at the next opportunity. Just take this out from under them. Maybe have Necro come in.
Radiant's
It's a
top
very
tower
large
is under
stack. I
attack.
see at least 3 in there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've said this at some point in the past, but I've always wanted to see that really annoying Ags that Undying has that ups his strength steal to 10, which is just blatantly unfair versus certain setups.
Well, good news. They
I'd
did nerf it.
actually-
It's 8 now.
That's not much still, but I'd still like to. Oh, she missed.
Is under attack.
That's embarrassing. Maybe a bit of miscommunication there.
Io is going to go
Slice.
down, but just to the Heartstopper, no slice for the Necrolite.
Yeah, no stacks for his Reapers. That sucks, especially at post 10 minutes.
Also, Lena's
Damn,
just going to die.
desperation ult from Lina. Yeah, that doesn't play well either. Ouch. Yeah,
Really?
I've always said that a really cool Ags change for me, at least in my mind, for the old Undying man, right? Just make it so you can control the zombies with Ags. You can
That
just
would be
assign
fun.
them to a different target, just left for dead on one man. It's like getting hit with Boomer.
And
Boomer
while
too.
Lena isn't going to be
Great.
taking this stack, Necro certainly is. Just stole a massive stack off of the enemy's ancient camp here, and Riki, okay. Well, if these guys just
Okay,
all
then.
die now, then it's not going to be worth it.
Wow. Okay then. That is, that's 2 for 0.
Ice makes the unfortunate blunder of trying to use his W there, trying to use his Ghost Shroud when he's being chased by Witch Doctor healing and an Ember Spirit with the Flame Guard up and Io with the Spirits up. Just melts in mere seconds there. Not like he was gonna live anyway, but you know how it goes.
God, that was... Okay, I'm gonna be real with you. I just sort of looked away to take a drink. They probably heard me with my mouth full of water. I wasn't expecting a team fight to break out that quickly, and they took two for... Basically, they didn't even take damage. They were just trying to run, and they died before they could even get off the hill. That was fast. Really quick response time.
Conventional wisdom, and by conventional wisdom, I mean me. I believe that this team, Riki Blinders, is the favorite to win the whole thing this season. I believe this is a very solid lineup. And quick moving. Okay, gonna miss the Maledict there just to make me look bad. Thanks, Dusty.
It's okay. Witch Doctor missed the Maledict, but Hoodwink missed her ult with no mana left.
Sad. I mean, Witch Doctor doesn't have any mana left either. The that last play is a good microcosm, I think, of what the upside is for this team. Even though they were down, right? They had an issue there. They had the issue of, you know, they just lost their ancient stack. That really sucks. The very quick response and very good fight that they took when they got there meant that while they had to take a bit of an L, they got well worth what they lost in recompense. Oh no, Wyvern's Courier. Never mind.
Mandel. That's not great on anybody on that team except for explicitly Undying, and he doesn't really care much about his autos.
I believe Razor's legally a melee hero, so it helps him.
Really? It's always been weird to me that it looks like a range, he plays like a range, but he's a melee. Is that the case?
I believe so.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I think there's like certain items that just specifically don't interact with them on that front, though. And specific items that interact with them as if he's a range. Oh, goodbye, Io. Nothing to be done for him there, unfortunately. Carp is here. This could be good. But Ice already has it. Apologies there. So, for everybody at home, we are going to lose Ocelot here for just a brief moment. As my power just flashed for just 1 second there.
Be ensnared in
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Fight continues here, but Necro, with his magic resistance, is just too tanky for them to do anything to him. Vernold comes out on Razor, and Razor alone, who is now just awkwardly stuck in the middle of this, unable to do any damage, though, at the apex of what should have been his ult. Which is just completely nullified his performance, and so everybody walks away having accomplished nothing. And we got Ocelot back, how about that?
Yeah, I can't see nothing. Can you help me with something? Can you help me with that, maybe?
Yeah.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
My eyes. Goggles do
Radiant's
nothing.
middle tower is under attack.
Oi, what the hell did I miss?
A very, very long fight that only conclusively ended in like had any kills in it in the last few seconds. Let's check out that happening.
Legitimately speaking, on mine it was just a Sopranos cut to black.
Yeah, it wouldn't be that surprising. That's what it almost was on my end too, because my power went out for such a short amount of time that like my PC didn't turn off, but my internet did go out.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Damn. Speaking of damn, this guy is damn. He's screwed.
Under attack.
Yep, Razor is
Yeah.
going to go down here.
Pretty deep dive for that, though. I'm surprised Necro didn't try and swing in and help with that, considering Witch Doctor literally
Dire's
doesn't have his
top
ult.
tower is under attack.
What the hell was that? 1, 2, 3.
A lot of bounties.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Anyhow, Blaze, that's playing to win.
I thought that was a replay bug at first, but no, I saw the cash pop-ups. Those were legit. Someone just not check Rune Spot for a while?
Seems to be the
Dire's
case.
top tower is
Brief,
under
brief twitch there, just because I went out to make sure that the recording is still going. It still seems to be, which is good.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Witch Doctor
no.
is in a bad
He
way.
is in the grave. Rest in peace, friend.
Witch Doctor rushing the Grace here, I actually think it probably would not be a bad idea for him to... I mean, there's obviously, if he's going to do this build, you know, the Holy Locket. But probably should have at least picked up a casual cloak by now. I mean, look at all this magic damage. You've got the Razor Hula Hoop. You've got everything Necro does.
You know, it didn't really click until I looked at it right there on the net worth tab, but that kill on Witch Doctor was a lot of comeback gold. It was a kill streak and that went straight into his pocket and got him just past Medusa.
Yep.
Necro, I don't think can solo Medusa very reliably, but Necro can definitely survive Medusa for a long, long time.
Okay, what happened here? Okay, that was just the Ember Spirit got ulted by Lena when he did not have the flamethrower up.
I'm seeing the problem with this Wyvern pick starting to rear its ugly head here. Not that they're bad at this, it's just that Wyvern is being countered by the most contrived means.
Yeah, it's like...
Go for like 10 minutes, well, enjoy getting 50 million negative armor stacks and also getting hit by the full force of the entire charge level of Hoodwink Soul.
It's like... Yeah, I don't really like the Wyvern pick. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I feel like it counters out the Razor, and it doesn't do anything else good for you, and that you've got one skill, basically. You've just got your ult.
Yeah, I mean, her other big upside is that all of Wyvern's stat growths are really good, so she's just generally tanky, lots of mana, lots of health, lots of armor, agi, attack speed, etc. She can just sort of do it all towards, like, the mid to late game. The problem I'm seeing here is that it was sort of meant, I think, to be a support that can just sort of survive around Undying and can't be reliably killed, but doesn't really matter when Undying isn't the one that needs to chase you down. They just need Hoodwink to sit in the trees and hold whoever she tries to throw her Cold Embrace on. Uh-oh. Speaking of, well, the ult's out and Undying's about to lose, like, maybe half his health.
Yep.
Actually,
all of his health.
Wow. Yeah, okay, he paid for it. Wow, they really tried to save her.
Yeah.
Didn't work.
Desperate attempt there.
Witch Doctor's here, but he's got nothing to work with.
Yeah,
Zombies
he's got...
are ripping him apart.
Yeah, he's got a million zombies ripping at his ankles. He's got nothing but bad news heading for him here. And with that, the Necro Shard, it's just another very pressing, please get some sort of magic resistance on the Witch Doctor, I beg of you moment.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower.
At least get the Locket, you know, like I said, the Locket, it directly amps Voodoo Restoration. I've tested it myself, I promise you.
You know, I gotta be honest, as much as I love the idea of having that extra level to push, like, a very niche advantage in a lot of heroes, I don't feel that Witch Doctor is one that you can really afford to ignore for too long. Like, his ult is such a deterrent. It's such a, you need to stun me or I'm going to wipe half your team kind of ult, you know?
Right. And it's not like it's not like this team has a lot of stuns.
Yeah, again, like, why not? There's so few, like, if they're going to drop any stun to interrupt him, he has to be near a tree, which Hoodwink can theoretically set up, but there's no guarantee for that kind of stuff. And
in fairness, I think the stun still happens if you're not near a tree. It just lasts like a half a second.
Still, though, like, they have to prioritize that, and suddenly, oh, Hoodwink can't do anything with that now. Now she has to back off and wait for another stun to come out so she can line up her ult. Because no one's going to be able to... I mean, there's Lena's, but Lena requires you to be set up on itself, so... You know, I'm a little biased on this, but you know what I would like to see instead of Lena on this team, actually? And I would have seen the Necro maybe change to something a little more, I don't know. Something a bit stronger in the early game. I would have liked to have seen a combination of Lena being swapped with Leshrac and maybe instead of Necro. I don't know. What's your opinion on Void Spirit in this team?
Void Spirit's numbers are kind of poo-poo right now, so I don't think it really does much for him.
Consider me shocked. He was doing good numbers a while back.
Yep.
Again, I am out of the loop.
Very desperately trying to get Razor to live through this Maledict, but no such luck.
No, that man needed some... He needed raindrops, didn't have any.
Yeah, the funniest thing is that he got everything, too. He actually had 2 salves used on him to try and keep him alive.
God, this is gross. Look at this guy just wade through this under Maledict and everything. They just can't kill him. Maledict's gonna wear off. Okay, that was a really good holdout on the ult to make sure he died. Undying, my man, are you sure this is wise?
No, it's actually fine, because he's got a full wand, and they don't have anything more here.
Oh, no, dude. Yeah, this is death.
I actually feel like it probably would have been better to just ult the next person who is about to TP, because there's a TP there.
All this? Whose item is that? What is that item in the mid?
What item?
It's sitting in mid, right there. Right there. In mid, what are you looking at?
Fairy Fire.
Okay.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, my mouse just had a little bit of Joy-Con drift there, don't worry.
Thanks, Mr. Miyamoto, very cool. I have to wonder though what the idea here is, like with their team comp, because I'm not saying that this is like a bad setup. Like their team is definitely doing a lot of damage, but I'm noticing some crucial moments in the fights where they're taking a lot more than they realistically should, and there's not a whole lot of return fire once they've dropped their core abilities. Like if one, maybe two of Dire's ults are down, nothing happens. They just back off, right?
Right.
I'm not entirely sure what fault that is. I don't know if it's just the lack of an initiator, because who is their initiator in this sense?
Yeah, they don't really have one. Their initiate is that they wait for the enemy team to go on them. So far, no shortage of that.
It's kind of a poor plan, but I think they're going to be able to get away with it thanks to just Undying and Necro existing.
Yeah, probably. Taking a look at it go. Fairy Fire is dropped here. Someone did notice that. I believe it might have been
Necro
destroyed.
runs to the hills from that illusion. Another item left on the go. What is another Fairy Fire? Just lots of stuff left on there. Like you can sell that stuff, right?
Radiant are
It's not like the
Might
stuff from the
be,
start of the game, is it?
Yeah, another Fairy Fire. Might be, I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. Necro has an Eternal Shroud, which is going to make him even harder to kill by this predominantly magic damage lineup at this point in the game.
Both teams smoke at the exact same time.
Yep. And they're going to run
What
right
reason?
past each other, I believe. Well, they might find Lina here. No,
Lina would be
Lina's
the
gone.
I would normally say that Lina is the ideal target because she is out farming Medusa by a massive amount. But
Not a massive
nah,
amount,
they're
just
not,
1k
they're not
at this
gonna
point.
catch her.
Yeah,
And any
she's-
K above what Medusa's making is massive because Medusa rakes it in.
It's true.
She got away, so the smoke is basically completely wasted. And
Yeah, the
enemy
good news
team
is that the
forming
enemy
up on the
smoke
way
is
here.
also basically completely wasted.
They've got vision, so they have an idea of where people are running around, but I don't think they'll be able to. Oh wait, there's Necro. Oh, they got caught up by it. Yep.
The stupid acorn.
That's not good.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
The one thing they got out of this whole smoke sequence, which is an observer ward in the middle of this place, just got ruined.
I think the only real quote-unquote initiate they have right now from any real distance is basically Hoodwink's net, and if that doesn't land, then nothing happens.
Yep.
I think Razor could kind of run in and maybe tether somebody, but if Medusa's not in that front line, it's not worth going in on. Because
And
there's
a-
always that risk that Medusa walks into a fight and just right-clicks everybody down.
And a God Witch Doctor's finally going for a pipe of insight going all the way here.
Yeah, I think they needed that pipe earlier than the Greaves, if you want to know my opinion on that. It's...
Yeah, they don't have enough early physical damage to... Like, you got a counter... Like, you picked specifically to counter out the Razor Static Link, and he's not really
Yeah.
leveling it anyway. He's going all in on the magic damage. He bought a
doesn't
Blood
need
Stuff,
a
what you do
lot.
early.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing, is you don't need a lot to counter Medusa with Static Link. Like, 2 points is sort of, I wouldn't say good enough, but it works to the degree that if it gets the full duration, then what's Medusa going to do? Just going to sit there and hit you with, like, 2 damage autos.
Well, what I'm saying is they can deal with the Static Link. Like, they can just put down the... Oh, here's a Voodoo Switcheroo. Okay, Razor might
might-
actually die here.
Yeah, oh, wait, hit Bloodstone. It's not enough. He's going to
He's
die
still
for
gonna
it.
go down.
Oh, no.
he even played the still alive.
The Aperture Science still alive, yeah.
This was not a triumph.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Mighty Midget in a slightly awkward position. Going for a... okay, Lina will not go anywhere now. It
Well,
was really awkward for Lina, actually.
Oh, nice
Oh, never
timing on
mind.
that stun, though. Ow, ow, ow. Damn, damn, damn. This is scary. Is he gonna last the entire... Oh, no.
Yep, that was a good use of Lena's
Wow.
8-second BKB. Hi, the
actual
real
Smurf?
Medusa. What are you doing here?
Oh, no. They messed up the Force Staff displace.
Top tower
Medusa shouldn't be here right now.
No.
Wait,
I
Lena's out of
can't see
mana.
anything good for her here. Lena's out of mana, but Medusa's going to be out of life in a minute here.
Oh my god, that's damage nuts. Yeah, they're out of here. No IO to boost her. She's done for.
Io was here, but I mean, not for long. So desperately trying to get rid of the Lena here, they just can't do it.
Witch Doctor dies in like 5 autos. Ouch. And Ember wisely chose the Amspray. That's, yikes.
Yeah, that sucks.
And now that gold growth is...
Well, no,
KO
actually-
from Medusa's.
Ember didn't choose to Amscray, he just respawned. And just went there.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Either
11k
case.
gold advantage on the part of Arkosh Ganging.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Yeah, their damage output. They definitely show that they've got experience playing these roles, but ouch, man. I think they cover just enough of their team's weaknesses between their shared abilities that as long as they coordinate them, they're fine. But that lack of an initiator is definitely felt, but only briefly. That start of the fight, because once the fight is committed to, like, you can't trickle in like Riki Blinders did. It just didn't work, right?
Yeah.
Radiant's bottom tower
They certainly thought they could there. I think everybody on Riki Blinders kind of overestimated their current fighting ability or current position. It's good to have some confidence, don't get me wrong. By all means, it's good to have some confidence, but I think there was definitely some overconfidence there on the part of Riki
without a
Blinders.
doubt.
Speaking
Oh,
of
why are
overconfidence
you
on the part of
here?
Riki Blinders, that's something that usually happens to a support, but that's Surpause 3.
Why are you here, man? Ow! Oh no, Ceremony Robes
Speaking
and
of,
Quickening Charm just dropped for Lena. That's not good. Fine.
Speaking of, why are you here?
Medusa, my guy.
Well, Medusa is going to be able to just drop ult and get out, so there's that.
Maybe
at
not,
least.
actually.
Oh, hello, Gotham. Well, this is awkward.
Oh, the tombstone's in the way. Wait, the whole team's falling. Is someone behind them? Oh no! This is a disaster!
It's going to be an awkward Wyvern ult in the middle of that. It's going to make that really hard for them to do anything, but it doesn't matter.
That was so uncoordinated. What was that? Well, Witch Doctor's back up, and thankfully I don't think Ember deigned to get involved in that rather wisely yet again. Ugh.
Yeah, that was just a... I mean, that was just everybody did everything they could to try and distract from Medusa or try to save Medusa, and it just didn't work. They're at such a disadvantage right now that, like...
Necro and Lena are outpacing Medusa's farm. This is the nightmare scenario. This is the exact moment they tell you is where you should succeed, and frankly, yeah.
Radiant's
Yeah.
middle tower has fallen.
They're 2-to-1 for kills right now. They're under a 15k, slightly around 15k gold deficit. And Roche is
Now it's
being
time for
done.
Roche, yep. Probably the first time in this entire match that the floor has been clear enough on either of these teams to actually Roche.
Yeah, no BKB is on some of the members of their team. Like, Razor does not care. He just went straight from, like, Vanguard into Bloodstone.
I mean, in the interest of fairness, what exactly does a BKB do for you against this lineup? It like saves you from the Witch Doctor, who is so far gone at this point, he might as well not exist anyway, and that's like it. Does not stop anything Medusa does.
The Maledict, it's more for the insurance factor, honestly. Like, BKB, even from, like, minimal effects, like those little, like, compounding slows from, like, say, like, Illusion Scotty effect or something, you know, just even the tiniest itty-bitty little things that get blocked, even, like, partially add up.
Yeah.
And that's honestly, it's a big insurance policy, because it keeps you from getting murdered down the line when someone just shows up by saving all that cash for an E-Blade or an Ags out of nowhere that just proceeds to one-shot you. What is your plan here, Ember? You do not have the raw strength to kill this man.
Try and make the push annoying is the answer.
Top tower is under attack.
It's not going to matter. They're going to take that tower whether they try to stop him or not.
Radiant's top
I was gonna
tower
take
has fallen.
Medusa down to bot to try and at
Dire's
least get the
bottom
T1
tower
down
is
here.
under attack.
Try and push some gold back into their pockets.
Yep.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Witch Doctor actually gonna stay in this lane, which is
I don't think that's a good idea.
yeah. Luckily, Kitty was not very determined to get the kill there, or else that was going to be a very dead Witch Doctor.
Probably had a feeling it could have been bait, but this tier 3 defense is currently going on. And uh-oh, Hoodwink gets caught out, forced to have to get away. Managed to get enough distance to get outside of Ember's range. Can't move.
This is a good combination of ults.
Oh, very good. Witch Doctor bit it, but he went down nobly, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Their whole team is so beefy. They are so woefully fed. And they're just going to fight this uphill. Zeus is eating everything, but refuses to die. They need to take care of that Io. Io is just sitting between them. Laverne is down. Io's getting caught up on autos. Ember is dead. Io's dead. Medusa is the only one left on the team that hasn't died yet in that fight.
Radiant's middle
Fought
tower
back,
has
but I
fallen.
don't think they're going to be able to do anything with this. Necro is just not visibly taking damage. It's over, man. I hate to say it, but this seems like it's over already.
This is a 22k network advantage. Hoodwink is going to sacrifice herself.
And someone's got the fairy fire we've been pinging throughout the match.
Okay, well,
Oh,
Necro's
no,
finally gonna
no.
die now, maybe?
No, maybe not. No, maybe not yet.
Where
He's
is
still...
the spirit vessel?
Yeah, for real. Oh, wait, here it comes. Your death.
There we
sir.
go, wicked sick.
And
And
Witch
Razor's
Doctor.
gonna just randomly die.
No! The misclick! Wait, no, actually, that wouldn't have done anything on direct, that's right. But still, like, an auto attack would have done it. Oh!
They tried so hard to find him, found nothing.
Oh my god, that hurts, dude. That hurts. You tried, man. You went for it, but you tried.
2 buybacks, just a support spot back there on the Radiant.
God,
2,000
look at this
gold.
post-fight. Look at that.
Yeah. 2,000 gold changed hands. Medusa did 9,840 of her
Dire's
team's
middle tower
17,000
is under
damage. Over half her team's damage output.
They did not need to get... That is a massive waste of an ult against Lena.
Yeah, there's not really any hope that's gonna do anything. Well, it's gonna randomly get Hoodwink, but they're gonna die if they actually try to get this kill.
Dire's middle tower.
Wait, does Io?
Io
Oh, no, that's
is way
Undying,
far in
okay.
front. Okay, he pulled back. He's safe, relatively. With Doctor dropping the actual, Yep.
Oh, they actually
Dire's
got the
middle
Razor this
tower
time.
is under
That's
attack.
good, though. That's a lot of money. But it went to Io. I don't think that's who it needed to go to. But he is working on his own Spirit Vessel, so that's good. He's got most of the money for it.
Witch Doctor has completed his Hooded Defiance. I would be surprised if this wasn't, yep, that's just
Yep.
the,
Spray pipe.
yep, the pipe. It's gonna actually make a pretty big difference here.
They can't really keep Medusa from going for this right now. Not until Razor and Undying are back. They just don't have the power to kill her. Or to stop her from right-clicking the tower down. Ooh, getting some use out of Bleed Mirror. Witch Doctor, yow!
Oh,
Holy hell. They want this man out of the game, dude!
and they got him.
Oh no, Io's next.
Dire's top tower.
No, it's a little worse.
Nah, it's alright, they got ult. They're just gonna take Io for their trouble. Consolation prize. Wait, what? Okay, for a second there I saw this weird effect and I thought he teleported out at the same frame. That's
No, I believe that was him teleporting back in.
That's still a thing you can do where you can like time the teleport with the recall so you just instantly out of existence the second you return? I know that was a thing for a while.
I don't think so. Paladin sword dropped here.
Oh no, don't let the enemy team pick that up. You really don't want to see what it's like to play against a Necro with a Paladin sword.
Oh no, that was the enemy team was the Arkosh lineup in this case.
Oh.
Oh no, bro. Oh no, bro. I think somebody got the Paladin sword.
Gold is a great conductor.
Money to burn.
I don't
There's
see
a
it,
number
though.
of people. There's a number of people. Is it just on? Is it just in the jungle? Isn't it? Look around in the jungle. Find it. We have to find this. We have an APB out on this right now.
Make sure we're looking at Arkosh so we can see. Make
Maybe
sure
it's on
they
a-
don't find it.
No, why would it be on a courier though? You can just teleport him now.
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, it might be on somebody's courier for when they respawn, perhaps.
Yeah, there's just nothing happening right now. Might as well go on a go on an Easter egg hunt.
Where is the stupid paladin sword?
Oh, that'll get the grosh off.
If there's anywhere it could have gotten swept up, maybe it got like dropped in a base somewhere. They really should mark these things on the mini-map, in my opinion.
Yeah, they make it so that the team who dropped the item can always see it, but... Yeah, where the hell is...
What, did it get like dropped on a cliff or something where like a ward spot because a creep went by at a weird time?
That would be funny.
I know that there was like remember that weird spot in the Roche pit where you get like stuck between the trees and it gave you like flying vision or something? Oh, that's a good find for Medusa.
Yeah, I don't know, I must be blind. Swinging a miss there on the part of Hoodwink, but...
Oh, you're not alone then. They're also blind. Uh-oh. Something's gonna happen with this? Also, Timeless Relic. Yuck. That's not something you want to see on that lineup.
Everything bounces into the creep wave and nothing comes of it.
Ember got a Kaya. Okay. Is it going hybrid? I thought he was building physical.
Who?
Ember. He built a
Let's
Kaya.
find out. Yeah, he's just going SNK in addition to his largely physical build so far. A bit interesting.
I feel like that Kaya just becomes less viable as a pickup once you're past, like, I don't know, say the 28-minute mark, give or take. At least, that's what I knew previously, just...
I think
The amount
Kaya
of
as a
spell I
pickup
know.
becomes a less valuable item when the Necro has the Eternal Shroud
All
already, and
that,
that's one of the
yeah.
biggest targets for you.
It offsets it, but it's not enough to really matter unless it's been maxed out into something like a combo item.
Necro also has the Van Brache
Another
in
Timeless
for
Relic.
another 10%
Okay.
magic resist.
Alright, you want to hear my opinion? That Timeless Relic right now needs to go on Wyvern.
Yep, she's got that psychic headband though, and it's a very difficult task to try and get any Pos 5 players in this league to part with that.
True, but at the same time, I want to see that Arctic Burn do a lot more damage than it currently does, because that is... Ooh.
Never mind, it's actually okay.
They all got caught in it! No way, dude. No way this is happening.
Goodbye, Razor.
Yep,
Just
that's
get
death.
eliminated from
Shiva's
existence. Goodbye,
buys
Necro.
time. Shiva's buys time for an escape, but for how long? Ah, brutal. 3 down for nil.
It's true. Unfortunately, they didn't get, it feels like at this point, the person
Dire's
to get
bottom tower is
Satanic,
under attack.
Daedalus, Gleipnir. I mean, hey, the good news is that, you know, she's only got the Ag Scepter and Shard and eating a Moon Shard left, so, you know, if you think about it, it's not like she has that much
Dire's
more
top tower is under attack.
ability to live, I guess.
Oh, uh-oh. I just realized something.
What's that?
2 of the people dead don't have buyback, and Medusa is, like, knocking on their front door.
Fortified.
Okay, 1 of them. 2 of them have buyback now, okay. They're just missing a little bit of passive gold, I guess.
Dire's
For a
top
second there, I
tower
thought they
is
were
under
just gonna
attack.
Zerg rush this tower down and be done with it. Why are they hesitating? Why did they just go through the base and hit
Dire's
that
top
one tower?
has fallen.
I know
They're
it's a
trying
little risky,
to,
but
they're trying to split up and hit 2 lanes at once. Trying
they're
to
being
pause the game.
really, really inefficient about it. They wasted at least like 12 seconds of time collectively. What was that about?
I don't know. Somebody paused is the answer.
Someone's gotta go deposit a brown rune in the river.
Nice.
It's
Dire's top barracks
very
are under
bold.
attack.
for why Joel Birch should be going for the melee racks here, but he's actually gonna get it.
Dire's top barracks has fallen.
Uh-oh. Io
It's
lost
a bit of
his
probably a bit of a miss on the Gleipnir there. I don't think that's exactly who she wanted to get.
They're just sort. Is Io still tethered? It's bugged out. I can't tell.
He has a buff.
Okay. For a second there, I honestly thought that he lost his tether. He was just gonna get ditched in the back of the line.
5-man smoke coming out of the Arkosh base. 11k
Is this
up,
a-
1 rack down. It's kind of interesting to think about it.
They were banking on a Roche push, on a Roche attempt. Uh-oh.
Gonna find Medusa.
Uh-oh. Not the person you want to find
Yep.
first in a fight. Nope, there's
They're
Tombstone.
just gonna hit R and just be done with this nonsense. Alright. Bit awkward.
A little bit clumsy, but at least they made the escape proper. The zombie's still going.
White Joel Birch using the Mantis-style illusions to point guard the zombies. See if
Pretty
anybody
good.
ever found the stupid Paladin sword.
Some valuable micro skills.
The Paladin sword is still on the ground somewhere. If you know the location of this Paladin sword, please call in now.
Man, I actually love it when this happens. I actually really hate it, but I like to say that I love it when this happens because it's always fun to guess, like, where could it possibly be that nobody has found this thing, right? Did someone just, like, dig up, like, a random, like, shovel kobold and they just died to, like, a background catapult creep and it's just sitting, like, in a weird cluster of trees, right? Like, what could have possibly happened? Where could it possibly be? Like, you'd think the amount of positions you could end up in are, like, limited, but clearly that's not the case. Is it just lying in Dyer's Fountain?
Nope.
No. Wow.
Riki Blinders here going for Roche. They're going to be doing this.
They're under vision,
knowingly,
though.
yeah.
Like, very obviously under vision. Up, here we go. Missed the decay. Gave him away. Okay. Are they just gonna keep at it? They're just gonna keep at it. They're gonna try and point guard for this. They want this Roche.
Razor denied a double damage run. Sad.
Yeah, that could have been game. That's probably the better option there, because if we got caught out right then and there, that would have been a no contest for Roche. They can't honestly take a fight with anyone down. That's sort of the thing. If one person in their lineup gets picked, it's over. They can't defend. Because
Three-man smoke here. Medusa is,
going aggressively in, but gets stunned. They're just going to try and make space. And
Ember is
still
here.
under Veil and Shiva's, but it's not enough. Oh my god, he's instantly dead. Ooh. Yup, see what I mean? You lose one person, and suddenly their incentive to stick around and contest it evaporated, just like the Undying. Okay, well, I don't foresee a whole lot of them being mounted against them, that they've taken blood on this one.
Yep.
There's no way they're going to make another attempt at this.
Hello, Inhale. They're gonna make another attempt at this.
Oh, we got
This is
hurt.
actually gonna unintentionally, perhaps, just blow the ult here.
I think that they're just trying to play off of you getting too close. Yeah, they want to run in and try and steal it. Oh no! Ludwig miscalculated! She threw all of her damage!
Yep.
Oh no! That's disastrous! What are you still here for? Why are you still here? Any kills you get don't matter. Medusa has Aegis. Why are you buying back? Just bail! You can't afford to prolong this even with her ult down. You are
Razor
hitting the
has
wrong person with your chain.
Well,
Your
actually,
link is not gonna- They have buybacks though, and I can be back up in any second.
yeah, but I'm coming back. Vern coming back. I does
They're
not have ult
forcing
though.
this. Oh, the Satanic is buying Lena so much time.
Got a halberd out.
Io's doing so much work to keep them alive, but it's not
Double
enough.
dead.
He's gonna get away. Barely.
I don't
Oh.
consider myself the best player.
And here's the thing, though. After all that, Medusa didn't spend buyback,
It's true.
and all of her team's gonna be up within the next 40. So, they're gonna have to try and force buyback, I think, but not a second more.
Razor,
They cannot afford to
Radiant's
lose half their
middle
team again.
barracks are under
Razor
attack.
just
Step
using
up
that
now.
halberd there.
Radiant
Yeah.
structures are fortified.
That Halberd's effect was felt, and that's again another thing that you really need a BKB for on Medusa.
This is a good statue.
I don't believe BKB purges the effect, but I do believe it prevents it from being applied.
On what? Halberd?
BKB, Halberd, yeah.
This is a good ass.
really good ult. And Medusa's not up for it though. Oh, ding, 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 ding. Ah.
But unfortunately, they don't really
Wait,
have.
that was the
enough stun.
switcheroo. That wasn't the real one. He still has ult.
Yeah, but
Radiant's middle
they don't want to do
barracks
anything
are
with it.
under attack. Radiant's middle
Their team is pushed down really low. If Razor had died there, Medusa would have had carte blanche to just push in mid with her whole team and win. If any of them that bought back die within the next few minutes, this is over. Assuming that they don't pay for it in a trade.
Yeah, for the record, down on buyback right now. Razor's down buyback, Mighty Midget, the Winter Wyvern's down buyback, and Io's down buyback.
Man, this is just... It's been a while since I've seen a match just this purely chaotic and hinging on nobody dying in a fight.
The craziest part about this game to me is that the team in the 16k gold deficit does not feel like they're at a 16k gold deficit, if that makes sense. Hoodwink just bought a
does make
goddamn
sense.
Hex.
That is really annoying, because she's also got a Scythe to just pop in and drop it on you. Also, Sight of the Vice with Quickening Charm. Yuck! I hate it! Ugh. Having to account for Hex is officially the marker for, okay, BKB is no longer optional.
18 seconds down from 20, yep.
Oh my man, what are you planning on building? Anything past your healing items? Come on, tell me you got something up your back pocket.
The answer is Solar Crest.
I like it, actually. In fact, I genuinely really like that item. I'd like to see it already in action, to be honest. But unfortunately, I was going to have to deal with having it piecemealed together, I think. Hey, Batman. Got a question for you.
I'm not Batman.
Where I watched your parents die.
No, that was somebody else. What's the question?
The question is, be real with me on this question, all right? Looking at it late game, do you think Lina is going to be a bigger threat than Medusa
No.
in this scenario? Oh,
Just
wow.
straight no.
Telling lies immediately gave you lung cancer.
If Riki Blinders can dig out of this 19k gold deficit, then
Ooh.
I don't know
There
what
goes
Lina
top
does.
range.
Top barracks
Once
has
once
that an
Medusa
ult?
was that her?
Ulted, but got she ulted and got hexed on this, or did she? No, that was just the IO effect. Never mind. It looked like it
Yeah.
has a similar effect to her ult. I hate that.
You thought it was the ult because she's got the
Cold-blooded,
stupid
yeah.
snake that comes out.
It sure looked like it though. You got to give me that. I thought no way she got ulted and hexed on the same frame. That's unfortunate. You know what they need to have happen over on Riki Blinders? Oh, that was a really cheeky attempt. That's got some good game sense right there. If it weren't for the fact that actually that's not their ward. He just guessed.
Yep. You just had those spidey senses were tingling, and he was
no.
right on the money there.
There wasn't a ping in sight neither. That was just I'm getting out of here. Oh, here we are at that awkward tense stage where both teams are, well, not exactly equal in terms of their achievements. They are definitely at a stalemate.
Yeah,
A
this
really
is
awkward stalemate.
This is interesting. If this goes late, though, as I was trying to say before I died of lung cancer, died of COVID. Yeah, I don't know what the Lina is going to do late, because it's not. The thing is, it's not a vacuum. In a vacuum, you might be talking about a different story, but with the lineups that they have, it's like, you know, late game, it's going to be. It's not just Lina has to outscale the Medusa. It's Lina has to outscale the Medusa with the IO buffs on. Lina has to outscale the Medusa, who has a Solar Crest on her team when Lina doesn't. And who's got a magic damage-based hero.
Oh, this man is very dead. Oh, they lost targeting! Okay, no, he's still dead. There's no way he lives that.
I
Even
do
if
like
he
how
got
the teleport
teleported
went
out.
through the second that he died, though.
Yeah, that's always sad.
Raver just finished Ags.
That Undying does have buyback, though. He wasn't one of the ones that previously diebacked. Or bought back after they ate. Pretty untimely death. That's Strength Blink on Necro. I hate that. I wish they'd... Oh, wait! Is that the item? Is that it? On the right! Is that the... No way, that's the Paladin Sword. No, that's it's a random lens that was just on the ground. Never mind.
Yeah.
I thought we finally found the Paladin Sword. It's...
But the good news is, it is, I believe, yeah, it's the enemy team's telescope, so, you know.
No way!
Oh, they found the
dude!
Paladin Sword, too! Nice!
Why does this keep happening? I hate this. Pick up your trash, you I'm gonna say pick up your trash, you fucking animals. I need a drink.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Well, anywho, alcoholism impending. Looks
Another
like this
tower
tier
just
2 is
getting
going to die
shredded.
before they can mount much of a defense, and they're ready up at that tier 3, but I don't think they're ready for this.
No, I think they're actually probably fine. They got all their ults. Lena can come in on Boots of Travel, too. So. And the only question is Lena going to come in? If she doesn't, then it doesn't matter.
Oh, they already used the halberd on him. Oh, yep, and 8th Hoodwink ult. Well, the dominoes are set up, and Lena's pushing that top lane out, but are they going to do so? They're just tagging Medusa. They're not actually committing to anything, though. Maybe they're wearing her mana down a little, but nothing's happening yet, and Hoodwink's going to die for this.
Lena shows up for this.
Hits the Gleipnir, drops stun on Io, knocks him out really quickly. No,
This
gets
is a
saved by the
huge
last
ult.
second. Boom, 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 boom. Everyone's outside the ult except for Luna. Oh my god. Lena's getting annihilated, but she's briefly buying some time. She doesn't have enough time with Satanic, though. It's so bare bones, but Witch Doctor's body blocking the right clicks. Did you see that? What a hero, and he's still alive. No, he eats the scythe. What the
Buybacks
hell
coming
is this
in.
fight?
Huge round of buybacks on the Dire, and that's just going to finish it off.
Medusa's going to die for this.
Ember bought back. He's just going to double die now. That was a very poor judgment call on the part of Warcarp, unfortunately.
Medusa still has buyback, but everyone on Medusa's team is dead for over a minute. And Lena just hit 30. Maxed out. Not good timing. And there she is.
Going right for it.
What's she waiting for? Creeps, I guess?
Yeah, waiting for the creeps to get back there.
I would not even wait a millisecond. I would be sieging these towers already. They do not have the time to afford on this.
Radiant's bottom
Ooh.
barracks has fallen.
She doesn't have Invis. She can't escape this easily. Ah, the Gleipnir is going to take effect. Oh, misaligned the Force Staff. Lena just got an item on her. What is that? A Moonshard? You're kidding me. She does not need that. Oh.
No, that you don't mean she does not need that as in that was an unnecessary purchase. You mean she does not need that as in this is a ridiculous amount of damage now.
Yeah, and now Roche is going to die before I can finish the sentence.
Yep, gonna drop the Ags. He's not gonna go to Necro. It's like Lena wants it, yep. Wants to fly. No, she wants to be immortal, and Undying is going to steal 8 of everybody's strength.
That's obnoxious.
Which is going to be obnoxious against the Witch Doctor, who doesn't have a BKB. Obviously,
that just
Sportline doesn't.
It ruins some heroes, honestly.
Neither Ember nor Medusa have a BKB. Luckily for Medusa, it doesn't really matter that much, but 26k net worth advantage. Gabe says despite that, only an 80% win probability. Think about it, is not the most generous in the world for a team with a 26k net worth advantage, I gotta say. I guess that's what happens when you got a random land of racks down.
Radiant are scanning.
Swift blink on Medusa. Medusa's almost as scary as she's ever going to be. All she needs now is the accent, which she probably really wanted from Roche. Now she'll never get it. Maybe my internet died again. Hopefully it didn't. That would be an incredible blue ball to Ocelot. Oh, never mind, you're here.
Nah, I'm still coming to grips with that last fight. That was such an insane, it was an absolute, it was a shitstorm. There was so much stuff happening, and it just completely amounted to Dire's favor.
Yep. Lena's picked
Just a
up,
little mispositioning.
Lena's picked up herself an Orchid here.
That's
Double damage
disgusting,
empowers
considering what
me.
she's already got.
Just going to cycle it out with the Boots of Travel too. Cycle the boots when it's TP time, I assume.
Oh, well, we got
Four-man
a four-man smoke. Yeah, where's Ember during this? He's got a double damage.
Yeah,
Surely he's got half a duration. They have to do something now with this. This is the only opportunity they're going to have to turn this around, because their whole team, that whole enemy team, if I remember right, most of them, if not all of them, die back. And they have line of sight, don't they?
The only Razor and Undying have buyback in this entire game.
Oh, they just barely missed. They got spotted. No, dude, they did not need this now.
Yeah,
And
that's
she's
a
just gonna
little
TP to
tragic.
safety. Ah, damn it. That was their best shot they had at killing Lena in no time at all.
She's got a Wraith Pact on the Undying.
I hate to say it, but that sounds like a death knell. Like, this bell's been tolling for a while now, but this is looking a little over. I'm gonna be honest with you. Riki Blinders have been making this through just on sheer virtue of, like, a coordinated push effort alone. Of getting the pick they need on any one particular problem that their team needs to remove. But now that that's going to become difficult with the presence of Wraith Pact alone, I don't know if they've got the burst necessary to make this happen. That whole enemy team is full of really soaky bastards, except for maybe Hoodwink. But Hoodwink is, in comparison, ignorable. Hoodwink is just there to make Witch Doctor and Ember's life particularly difficult. That's it. I don't know if they've got what's necessary to push up into this and kill somebody in the time that Wraith Pact would buy them. You know?
Razor is just now going for a BKB, which means that his 9 is going to start after the hour mark, which, on one hand, that's good. On the other hand, what does that really do for him at this point? I mean, I guess it's taken out a lot of Ember's damage, but let's be real at this point. Ember's got a lower net worth than Hoodwink does. I mean, he's not really what you're afraid of.
What is Ember at? What's Medusa got right now?
Everything she could possibly want except accent and
Oh.
sure.
I think that Elven Tunic needs to go. There are better things on the menu at this point.
I mean, right now, the only real competitive option is probably Ninja Gear.
I think Ninja Gear is honestly far better. It gives her the move speed to stay on the move. It means she doesn't have any boots!
Nope, she's just going off the Swift Bling and the Butterfly.
Well, then she should obviously take the Ninja Gear, because it covers her move speed weakness. I mean, sure, like, Io's going to be able to tether her, but it's not always going to help, you know? And the extra attack speed and damage is just valuable DPS she can't afford to waste.
Riki Blinders playing the smart way, trying to get just a chip, right? Trying to get chip damage on this bot T3. They know that there's really not much more that the Lena can do to get any scarier, especially considering she's not going with any sort of magic damage-based items.
And those
so.
super creeps are pushing in slow but steady. They're just dinking away at the buildings and towers, making their way towards Ancient inevitably. Uh-oh. Oh, I thought that was Ember getting caught when he stood there for a second. I thought he was screwed. Really quiet part of this game. Neither team really wants to commit to an engage or a defense at this point.
Wonder Wyvern going for the refresher orb, oh god.
Honestly, that might be what they need to win this.
The calamity.
Can't wait to watch 3 ults get eaten and wasted because Wyvern ulted twice. Oh my god, the Acorns, I hate that. Between Witch Doctor and Hoodwink, there's a lot of bouncing projectiles going around.
Doctor hit 25, which means he's going to get that heal damage amp trait. Which unfortunately he still doesn't have the... hasn't even thought about the locket yet, which has been interesting. Though SNK is going to do effectively the same thing for you.
Ember just...
Awesome.
I hate to say it, I don't think Ember should have gone for this weird magic hybrid thing. I think you should have tried to commit and go for a really, really heavy physical build, because they've got pipe and stuff over there on their side, don't they, at this point, over on Dire?
Just going for Gleipnir next. And they don't have pipe, they do have... Necro's got Eternal Shroud.
They don't really care about running, though. What's the Gleipnir supposed to prevent? Like, they just sort of commit to a fight. Like, they drop Tombstone, Wraith Pact, and just sort of sit in it. With the Guardian Greaves, Aura, and Necro, they can just stand in all the damage they want. We've seen this happen time and time again. I don't think that's the right idea here.
Necro's got Eternal Shroud, Undying has Glimmer Cape, Wraith Pact, and
Needed to go
is
physical.
that really?
At least with some physical, you can try and contest Lena.
Yeah, at
But
this
Lena,
point,
Lena
it's definitely...
outbursts him in every way.
Yeah, at this point, Ember is really the poor man's Lena in this game, like no two ways about it.
Oh no. barely got out of the way that in time. Oh my god.
Well used Force Staff there.
Yeah. Let it be said that I have always stand Force Staff as an item that is... It's received nerfs and changes and all sorts of alteration over the years, but the base item itself, Force Staff, always valuable. Every stage of the game.
Ember Sphere picked up an Octarine core.
Okay, that's got potential, but speaking of people picking things up, Tier 5 items are officially in the roster. Get ready for crazy, folks.
Seer
Oh,
Stone.
no. Oh, no. That is actually... Io may want to take that, but I think the Taoist cap is still better for now.
Book of
Book of
Shadows.
Shadows.
That could be funny.
Stygian
Especially on the
Deso.
Book of Shadows can be
Ooh.
really funny on the Witch Doctor, because like
Yeah.
you just hit
He
him
can
when he's
hit
already
himself
healing.
with that. Yeah. Okay, hear me out,
Stygian
right? Hear me
Deso.
out, hear me out. Yeah, like, I mentioned that just a second ago. Stygian Deso, put that on Medusa. Like, screw Elven Tunic, forget Ninja Gear, throw that on her and watch the sparks fly.
Dire also has a Stygian Deso, which is on Luna. They also have Book of the Dead on
Lena, but
the
yeah.
on the Lena.
I did that earlier, too.
Book of the Dead on the Undying and Ex Machina.
Book
on
of the
the,
Bad. You're getting roasted, guys.
Book of Get back.
Everyone's just nervous as hell. I don't blame them, though. Tier 5 items are finally dropping, and nobody wants anything to do with them.
Again, very slow siege going on here.
This is a war of attrition, and they're winning by chip damage, because every time they have to dip in and deal with a single Medusa illusion, it's time out of their day, it's more gold in Medusa's, not Medusa's, it's more gold in their pocket, but Medusa's winning the war by actually taking down their support structures.
Yep.
Eventually, they're not going to have the means to hold... Oh my god, that's a mirror on Medusa.
Sure is.
That could be legitimately huge. If Necro doesn't see that Medusa's got that and she eats a Reaper Scythe at the start of the fight, that's it. He does have cheese, though.
Io has Stygian Desolator.
I mean, strictly speaking, doesn't he still have the trait that makes him attack things at his tether target attacks?
Yes, he does. Oh my god, that's going to be ridiculous,
That's
actually.
big brain. That's big brain. I like that. I like that. Medusa's got double damage. What are you doing? What are you doing? Holy shit, what are you doing? Oh, no, dude. That was not
actually
what
gonna
I
be
needed
fine.
to use that. I was worried this was gonna happen. They popped it too early. They didn't get anything done with that ult being used. Wait, what is...
Bye-bye, Headwing.
What were they doing there?
I don't know.
That was a whole lot of why are you doing... Oh my god, she is dead for 2 minutes.
Yep.
And she still has buyback. That's so stupid. Is she gonna buy back? If she buys back at this point right here, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like that with Hook being dead, they should have gone for Roche. They should have just pushed right up mid, forced the buyback, and then, you know, maybe, I don't know. I feel
Medusa
like
just
Roche
got
is
accent,
technically a good
by the
idea,
way.
but- Oh. Is that... Oh, here we go. Oh, yeah, this is the push. This is the push you're gonna decide to actually commit, right?
Witch Doctor's going to get his stupid,
Money to burn.
eggs.
Ding, 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 ding.
Surprised they didn't go to the Laverne.
Witch Doctor's Eggs is still the multi-bounce on his,
Yeah.
Death Ward, right? Okay. I know that things have been changing a bit here and there, but, hopefully they didn't get rid of, like, easily the best part of it. Oh, hey.
Necro Creeps.
Necronomicon. I don't know. He's getting ripped apart.
Oh no!
What are you doing?
Never mind.
He ate the cheese. And
What a blue ball.
What an asshole.
What an actual
Whoa,
blue
that
ball.
damage on Lena. Does she have a rapier?
Does Lena have a rapier? Answer is no. Lena's just
No.
like that right now.
Bottom barracks are
Jesus,
under
I hate that.
Radiant's
Lena trying to solo the bot Rex down there.
Oh, no.
Soloing buyback.
I don't think that's a worthwhile play, to be honest. I think she needs to be back here.
Radiant's bottom
Just vised
Oh,
herself.
Necro.
And he's alone now. Lena's going nuts on the Ancient. They're just trying to buy time. They're not even going for damage. They're just trying to CC. Oh, Fallen
Unfortunately,
Sky.
they're all gonna die though.
Well, Laverne's back to try and hold on. What's happening at the Ancient back there? Holy shit.
Uh-oh.
They're holding off, and now Lena's in trouble. Oh, Fallen Sky. Or is it mid? Yeah. Oh no, she's
Yeah,
dead.
Lina just
She did
completely
not.
melted.
She did not win the DPS race.
Dire's middle
Unfortunately,
And Medusa's
Medusa
down.
just 1v5'd.
And the Necro creeps. Ouch. Oh my god, it's so much happening. Come on. No.
Nope, she's gone. Insane match. Still no
Ariba.
Holy Locket on the Witch Doctor. Come on, bro.
Yeah,
And you wanted the Rapier, you got the Rapier. It's replacing the Daedalus.
Oh, yikes.
No surprises here.
This match is all over the place.
One dying just got a Crimson Guard, what the hell?
Dire's middle tower
Doesn't
is
do
under
anything,
attack.
Gotham, what are you thinking?
I guess they're just wanting to hold out against any little autos that IO might provide. Actually, no, Crimson Guard helps against Wyvern's ult a little.
A little, yeah.
Ah, man, that is not what they needed to use that ult for. Oh,
Unfortunately,
this might be
they
it.
needed this a lot less. Bye-bye, Lena!
Oh, Witch Doctor's got a good ult going. Oh my god, that is very dead.
Here's a true fact for all you Crimson Guard fans out there. It does not get affected by ward units at all.
Wyvern is just going for it.
Well, crap.
That's
That's a dieback
bad.
on Lena and Razor.
And do they have any boots of travel up? Because they have creeps currently pushing the enemy ancient.
Oh, on Radiant. Answer is on Ember
Dire's
Spirit, who
middle
has the
tower
Rapier
has
now.
fallen.
They just lost the tower to creep push. That was a tier 4, I think? Yeah, tier 4.
Hoodwink just got a Desolator. Hoodwink got a Desolator, so she has something to be buried with at the end of this game.
Does she have money for buyback, though? That's the important question. Or did she already buy back? I can't tell.
7,000 gold there, by the way, for the record.
Medusa is not scared of a whole lot now that Lena and Razor are out of the equation.
And yep, with the Stygian Desolator,
Oh no. That was
everything
not the play to
falling
make. Witch Doctor can't hit himself with his own double. Oh, they got some time. They're buying time. Undying eats it really quickly. Witch
Time
Doctor
out!
drops his actual ult. That's it.
Riki Blinders
Wow.
take this. Alright, let's talk about what I liked, let's talk about what I didn't like. There's a lot to say about this match, certainly. Okay, number one. The Witch Doctor 3 didn't work at all. Didn't do anything, it felt
No.
like. It was a good lane bully, but Lena still got big anyway. And
That's
like,
sort of all Witch Doctor's gimmick, yeah.
like if you look at the damage output, somehow he actually did more damage than the Razor, which is kind of funny. But I mean, nothing even like in the ballpark of what Lena and Necro were doing, and he didn't have the upside of having the obvious utility factor of the static link there. He built like a big fat support. He didn't even get the Holy Lock. It's gonna make me cry myself to sleep tonight. Like, the net worth is not good. Even at the end of the game, as they turn it around, he still has less net worth in there.
I still feel a bit bad for him because after Necro started popping off, because mid was just frankly too easy for him, he had a lot of his priorities shifted from being a gigantic bully with the heal and the DOT to just try and weather the storm.
I mean, to be frank, they just needed to get the Spirit Vessel way earlier than they did. If they had had the Spirit Vessel early, then like
Very
that doesn't
true,
happen.
But that's true, but I feel like that was sort of outside of the realm of his expectations because they had Io building it.
That's true. It's just that Io was just not going to get there anytime soon. I think they maybe should have known that. Like, Necro was a problem for so much more of this game than they had that Spirit Vessel for, especially very important
Yeah.
competitive parts of this game.
That Stygian Deso at the end, though, with the regular Deso on Io was definitely felt, though, because Medusa
Yeah.
started melting things much, much quicker.
Yeah, the also Hoodwink bought a Rapier, another thing to be buried with at the end of the game. But yeah, I didn't like the Witch Doctor pick. I understand like the base concept behind it. I don't know. It just didn't feel like it was working here. I feel like if you're gonna pick something like that, you gotta win in like 20 minutes, and you can't have anybody who's obviously good against it on the enemy team, or anybody who has anything that's like a
Yeah,
good
no argument here.
a good anti-maledict ability like the necro healing, and maybe most importantly of all on that front, again I hate to beat the drum about this, beat you like a drum one more time, but come on, no holy locket, bro. The important thing on that is it's like if you're gonna do a witch doctor concept like this, it's the same thing with necro. It's like when you're necro, your HP bar is basically your Q. It's intrinsically tied to your Q, so any buff to your Q makes you tankier. Any buff to your heal makes you tankier, Especially if you're going to get that grease as soon as humanly possible, you bump that up, you buff that up, and you are going to be one bad dude, especially at that close combat. The Wyvern seemed just a little awkward here. It didn't really feel like there was, ever a fight where the Wyvern...
It did serve a very important purpose, though. It bought them a lot of stall and setup when the ancient defense came. See, I find in most cases that when it comes to a team that has very little initiators, like they did here, like really greedy teams, because towards the end of the game, everybody, save for maybe Undying and Hoodwink until they got a Rapier, weren't really right-clicking very hard and weren't really punished for it until that very end game where they made some questionable plays. Got snagged right dead center in the middle of Wyvern's ult, and then Medusa comes back in full HP, full mana, just like, hey, you guys didn't knock.
I mean, it felt like for the most part this game, the time that they bought from the Winter Wyvern ult didn't actually end up being useful to construct anything, and it really does feel like they picked the Wyvern for one reason and one reason only, because they wanted an easy way to break the static link on Razor, and it's like, if you want that at that rate, just pick like a VS. Pick like in a Disruptor. A Disruptor could have been really good this game, especially considering that DeBush did not ultimately opt to ever go for BKB. Like, Razor just sitting there in idiot jail, or Razor getting glimpsed away from the target he's linked to is a really big problem. Things like that.
I think I kind of agree, but I think that a Disruptor in place of Wyvern would have honestly put too much pressure on the Disruptor, because honestly speaking, if he gets hit with any spells before he has to drop his full payload before he gets committed to that fight fully. And by that point, if he's been hit with a single stun or silence from Necro, Lena, any of them really, even Hoodwink, it's over.
That's true, but it's not like Wyvern was doing anything in these fights much anyway. So you either
whole point was to buy time for defense.
Yeah,
I think.
But it didn't work.
It
didn't really
Lena
do that.
From killing the ancient.
That was one time though, and the thing I was saying is there's other heroes that you can play that also do that, but have more to offer, is what I'm going for here.
Then again, they did ban Treant as another option for defense.
Yeah, that would have been really good.
I mean, Treant got banned first go, but I think that was by, rather ironically, Riki Blinders. Man.
It was, because Gotham just banned a bunch of purple guys, so they couldn't have done it.
Banned a bunch of purple guys. Purple guy!
Oh no, we're not doing that. Riki Blinders had some very good play. A few times when it felt like, they would just get really overconfident. They'd be like, this is a Brett stack, so, I can take it, fucking NA guys, That's Australian. I can take it.
Also, I'd like to
Bloody
just make a little, point out here. For all of Wyvern's efforts and what they did manage to accomplish towards the end, I think their biggest issue is that they just weren't present for some of these fights. Io had a higher level, much more impressive items towards the end game, and generally speaking, wait, was Wyvern ever carrying a jungle item?
She was for most of the game, yeah. I think she
Yeah,
got rid of her jungle item to get one of the T5s and just never got it off the courier before the game ended. I don't believe.
Yeah, I gotta say though that I could be wrong on this. That maybe she just didn't survive these fights, but her assist score is honestly pretty low for a hero who sort of thrives around being present for fights to turn them around with her ult.
And
maybe
the problem
there were
is
too many fights having back to back. I can't.
Yeah,
really
there's a
identify
lot of
that.
fights happening back to back faster than her cooldowns were really accustomed to, and worse yet, it's like the enemy team played well around the ult. I think there was maybe 2 or 3 times in the entire game where the person who got ulted was actually like in the middle of a bunch of people, and
Oh,
there
yeah.
was one fight where it felt like it mattered, and they still didn't get the major cores on Arkosh afterwards, so it was fine. The enemy played well enough around it, and the pick it felt like was just so one note enough that it's like it feels like Mighty Midget, unfortunately, despite any effort he had, just had no impact this game basically.
You want to hear an interesting take on what I just sort of what I sort of just realized about this game?
What's
I
that?
think that Hoodwink played like they were playing Winter Wyvern. You get what I mean? Like that
Yeah.
similar approach to what they were doing. They sort of sat there, were firing out those little tree acorn shots, and then throwing nets to catch people out from distance when they weren't ready or expecting it, and then would just have the whole team fold in and absolutely demolish whoever got caught in it. And Wyvern, frankly, should have been just raw dropping ults on people, having the whole team flood in. Because here's the big thing about the combo between Wyvern and Medusa, right? If I'm not wrong, I believe that you can hit your ult as Wyvern, blink on top of the spot where the center is, and just have everyone like already facing you, just to get caught in it.
They tried to do that a few times, but like the problem is
Medusa
again,
was
not
just
not
not
enough
ready.
people were actually in the Wyvern
Yeah.
ults to make it mean anything.
All they had to do is catch at least one core, and it would be worth it. Especially if it
Yeah,
was
they had a couple of fights where they did that, but again, what I'm saying is like if that's your goal, like you pick up like a ban, you know what I mean? Here's one thing
Sure.
I noticed when we were talking about this. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Dusty doesn't even play this goddamn hero. He's memeing.
I kind of had a feeling, but you know what?
Sad.
I respect it. I respect it though, because you at least went for the super aggro Witch Doctor build. But my God, I don't care how many like builds or players go like, oh, I'm going to ignore my ult. It's don't skip your ult on Witch Doctor. It's such a declaration of if I'm going to cast this, and if you want to not die, then you have to turn around, stop what you're doing, and commit the time to stunning or silencing me out of it, right? And sure, it might even get you killed trying to stop and use it in a fight. But that move has fantastic DPS. It has really, really good reach, and I can't honestly understate this. It combos with your own skills. A bit better than that dinky little extra 40 damage what your auto attack could do better does to somebody on the heal. It just works a little better in that early game. He's all about bullying people, right? I'm not trying to drill him on this because I'm sure he knows, but come on, don't.
Well, you don't know necessarily because he's just like he's got a little one by that avatar, so you don't actually know.
True.
Yeah.
Unless he's Smurf.
I'm trying to think here what I would have actually ran and if I wasn't gonna run the Witch Doctor this game. Which
You know
I don't
what I
know
would've
if
run?
would. What's that?
I know what I would have run in place of Witch Doctor, and this isn't going to surprise you, Phoenix. They didn't have,
Ran the
aside
Phoenix,
from
huh?
Lena, very fantastic attack speed. Lena's obviously going to be an issue here, but Lena can be dealt with a little with Fire Spirits. And frankly, if Lena's trying to sit there focusing on hitting a bird that's literally flying circles around her, it's better that than hitting your core.
The only downside of the Phoenix is I think you do need the Wyvern because I think
Well,
if
yeah, obviously, but that
yeah.
puts a really, really awkward strain on the enemy team. Like, well, if we jump in, we have to catch Wyvern, but if we try to jump anyone else, we're going to get hit with Wyvern, and then Phoenix is going to fly in from downtown and go supernova.
Yeah, if they are committed to just getting rid of the Lena with the Winter Wyvern ult every fight, yeah, I could definitely see it. It's really good against everybody else on that lineup, basically. Like, you can say a lot of things about Razor. Fast attack speed with this regular right-click ain't one of them. Undying ain't doing anything. He's just going to melt the Necro on the Hoodwink.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think, looking at the finale of this all, right? You mind if I hand out medals real quick? Just quick awards?
Yeah, sure, why not? We only got one game this series, so why not?
Oh, okay. All right. First off, let's start with Medusa. Medusa gets the... Let's just go for the long haul award here. They had a rough time of it. They were definitely still pulling numbers in all of their exchanges. In any fight they were found in, they were doing damage, and that's all they could be expected to do is Medusa. It's all they really provide, really. It's solid effort, and it paid off. Looked a bit scary there, not gonna lie. Ember Spirit, you get the What the Hell is My Build award. You didn't really seem to have an idea what you started off going for what, like
yeah, he had
Maelstrom
Maelstrom and he had the armor break.
into,
I mean,
then he
some
went
people
into
are just going to
Hive
get that to farm. That's probably
I
what's going on.
guess.
But
I guess, but then he sold some of that in his. He sold some of the stuff and then went for like rapier at the end. I don't know. Maybe
he
it
picked
I
up the
can't be sure.
rapier from.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I see the missing space. I'm thinking he didn't sell something for that, did he? Whatever. But you definitely had a bit of a conflict of interest here because the enemy team had very little physical defense, and I mean the Crimson Guard came really low, but that's not going to stop you at that point, really.
No, yeah,
And,
I think I agree on that. If he goes all in on the physical damage, then it's like he loses a little bit of ability to deal with the necro, but that is well worth what you make up for with the ability to actually do anything about Lena. It's like you don't care about the Razor. You can just ult whenever he does that to you and like just ignore it.
Now this is another instance. Dusty was memeing on us. I'm going to meme on him. You get the Dupless Award. You're missing your R key, my friend. Now let's see.
The
Yeah, you
Duelist
get that
Award.
one. Yeah, the Duelist Award. Winter Wyvern gets the maybe should have picked a different hero award. I don't have to put anything into that. Wyvern just didn't feel like it had a solid enough space here. It did buy time at the end of the match, which was valuable, but I don't agree with the pick.
Yeah, I mean, if you had a better pick, you wouldn't have needed that specific thing, and also it just got completely trashed in lane. Had nothing to do
Also,
there.
Copless on IO, you get the wow, I got the best possible jungle item award because, in my opinion, that Stygian Deso might have single-handedly won things for your team.
Could have.
Because there is a big difference between Medusa hitting with no armor reduction. There is nobody on their team that has an AC, and it felt like they had one after IO hit the field
Yeah.
with that Deso combo. He has both Desos, by the way. That's scary. And next up, we have Gotham on Undying. You were a right bastard. You get the Hard to Kill award. I take a look over to the side here. What's his damage soaked? I gotta see this. Holy moly.
Yeah,
Not
he
nearly
had
as
a-
impressive, but
yeah.
he was tanky as hell.
Yeah, that's a pause 5 Undying, taking 87 grand
Yeah.
in this game.
This was definitely a long match, but that's not an insignificant amount. That's still pretty good. I mean, strictly speaking, Medusa beats it, but what doesn't? What damage category doesn't Medusa use?
Yeah, Medusa's a pause 1 that has a mana
Yeah.
shield, so...
Yeah, exactly. Alright, Razor. You get the... Frankly, I can't really say that you performed, like, particularly terribly or exceedingly. Razor is just kind of one note. You get the As Advertised award. You did exactly what Razor's expected to do. I like the purchase with Halberd. Maybe that came a little late. You get the As Advertised award. You did exactly what you're expected to, and it's just a shame it didn't work out for you. Better luck next time, friend. Hoodwink gets the Obnoxious Little Bastard award. Those nets in the early game netted a very spicy first blood, which very much put their team in a winning position very, very, very quickly. Unfortunately, it didn't pay off in the long run because eventually Medusa just kind of
the same
runs over
as the
everybody.
same exact issue as Laverne. It just felt like after, well, at least Hoodwink had a good lane. It just felt like after lane, Hoodwink just basically stopped existing, except to just randomly show up and die sometimes.
Yeah, not gonna lie, that Hoodwink Razor combo. If I ever find myself playing Razor in the future, and I see a Hoodwink that's gonna have to lane with me for one reason or other, I'm gonna be keeping you in mind on that one. That's a pretty gross combination, in my opinion.
Yeah, unfortunately,
Next
if the
up-
enemy team doesn't really have any like major things to do with the Hoodwink, then it's like just a nasty lane, and then that's it.
Yeah, it's pretty correct. Next up, we have Lena. All right, do me a favor, scroll over to the right here. I want to see their damage dealt. Wow, that's actually kind of
Surprisingly low.
Well, I'm just going to give you the Assassin Award. You're not playing an Assassin character, technically speaking, but you definitely dealt damage and killed where it mattered. You had a lot of murder under your belt, and you had good prioritization on a lot of heroes that deserved it. And frankly speaking, you picked off maybe a little too many times on Witch Doctor, except for early mid game. But yeah, you definitely got the Slayer Award. You killed mercilessly, and everybody was on your menu. No one was exempt from it. And then we've got Necro. I saw Necro here.
Yeah, Necro, can I give the Necro award?
You know what? I'm going to hand this one over to you, by all means.
Necro gets the I peaked in high school award for feeling like he was the be-all end-all in the first like 30 minutes of the game, and then feeling like all he was just a target dummy afterwards. There was a long time where Necro was the guy to kill, and then he just stopped, which is just the unfortunately for him. That's just the thing about Necro. I
Yeah,
feel
the
like
dude can give himself like a 5 to 6 second window collectively of haha you can't hit me, and then Medusa, and then it wears off, and then you're forced to hit BKB to not die to some horrific magic damage from, I don't know, say a combination of Ember Spirit and Witch Doctor with Maledict and Ember Shield. But yeah, no, you're correct. That was this man went from being feared across the land to being smeared across the land. Very sad.
I mean, he took a hell of a pounding if you look at that damage received.
Yeah, no, again, he's not really conventionally tanky. He's just really able to soak up lots of damage.
And he did do most of this team's damage, but it just felt like
That just
it felt
sort of
like
comes from his
such.
aura.
I feel like he did 70,000 damage in the first 20 minutes and 7,000 damage in the rest of the game, basically.
I mean, you saw that lane phase though. Like Ember was consistently sitting at like what 40% HP, like right at approximate kill range. That
Yeah.
can't have been fun. You know what, Carb? I'm going to give you a secondary award. You definitely survived lane award, my man.
Yeah.
You had it out. You had it out there for you, my guy. There was no reason you should have won that lane. I don't believe he did on paper, but I don't think Necro even got a kill on him in lane. Did he? I could
No,
be wrong.
he ended lane completely having survived Necro.
That's honestly like a Necro getting farmed early is bad, but it's better than getting fed.
Yeah, Necro did not get a single Reaper Scythe stack in the
Yeah.
entirety lane phase. He didn't get. I think his
Yeah.
first was like around 18 minutes or so.
I'm gonna
So-
be real. Another like 4 or 5 stacks of that in the early game would have been
And there's no hope.
absolutely
Yeah,
devastating.
they just die.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially since the Spirit Vessel came out so late. But yeah, that's my awards. That's it.
I think for the most part, the Riki Blinders lineup had a lot of theoretical upsides. That meant that it was just they had to really they had to not screw it up. Screwed it up a few times, brought it back, and I think that's really most of what you can say. I do think Arkosh Ganging took a lot of advantages from what they could do here, but I think like a few of their picks were just a little too single-minded. Like the Necro just doesn't fit here at all. Like he did good, but it just didn't feel like it contributed to anything. The Undying was just like almost a non-factor in this game. Had a few really good tombstones at the beginning, but it's like after everybody stopped caring about Tombstone, it's like nobody cares what you do to them except maybe the Witch Doctor. But then that's a pause 3 Witch Doctor, so whatever.
That's sort of something I pointed out earlier. Is that a lot of the members of their team are generally really tanky, like strength gain wise, and or they gain a lot of healing or just get resistance towards stuff from certain effects and parts of their kit. And overall, they were bulky towards the end of that over on Riki Blinders. Like the tombstone would go down, and there was just not enough to keep them attacking. Like I forget, does AC actually affect zombies' attack speed anymore?
I believe it does, but it's not. It's a pretty subtle thing.
Yeah, it's subtle, but it's still one of those changes where I think instead of the Crimson Guard, an AC would have made the difference for Arkosh Ganging.
Maybe. I mean, I think at the end of the day, well, I guess one thing I will say about the lineup is that it didn't feel like the Razor ever got to do what he wanted to do. It didn't feel like the Hoodwink especially ever got to do what he wanted
No,
to
not
do.
by a long
I
shot.
feel like in hindsight, if there's one thing I feel like definitely sunk Arkosh in the long term, I feel like they got an advantage because Riki Blinders made a few mistakes, but I don't think they were able to capitalize on it and end on it just because they have no stun. I mean, they got the Hoodwink stun and they got the 2-second Lena stun, and they got the Necro ult if you want to drop that. You notice at the beginning of the game they were having to drop Necro ult to stop TPs and stuff.
Yeah, again, the
not
lack
ideal.
of stuns, wasn't as important to a degree because their actual just like their chase down damage was good enough. But
No,
when
here's
it
the
came
thing,
to
I
that
think-
end game, situation though, it definitely blew up in their faces where they couldn't actually selectively stop somebody from doing something, and Witch Doctor definitely got mileage out of that.
Yeah, I think
Towards the
I
end.
think it did to a good degree, especially when they had the advantage. It just felt like they couldn't keep the thumb down on Medusa because she was just too easily able to just hit R and walk away and just let that be that. There were a couple of times where she wasn't, but they had a 20k net lead and they could barely kill the Medusa who was behind their pause 1, which, that's just the power of no stuns, I guess. Either way, quite the legendary game. Would you like to guess who rage quit the league?
I don't want to assume anything, but judging by just how rough the game went, I'm gonna guess the Hoodwink.
You're right! Hoodwink, in the 5 minutes into the next game, said, I'm done, and uninstalled and left the league. So yeah, with that all being
Remember,
said,
everybody, remember to spay and neuter your Hoodwink pickers.
and the nice thing is that I think this is actually and he'll probably be incredibly insulted, even though this is not a go. He was not properly drafted for this team. This is actually really good news for Gotham, who's going to have a second support player and is not going to have just some guy in a dead lane, basically, just not able to perform. So, that's good.
Well, best of luck with that either way.
So, with that being said, if you or somebody you know wants to learn Dota 2 at a casual or more competitive level, go to ld2l.gg today to sign up. The stand-ins are needed all over the place, and the fact that we need a permanent stand-in now for one of these players does not clue you into that fact. Needed so many stand-ins one of the games, almost had to FF. Only last minute did US Danny's power turn back on so he was able to play, and even in the turn back off, he had to FF round 2. And yeah. So next time, we're going to be taking a look at, not necessarily we, because there was a very specifically requested set of casters, and unfortunately Ocelot wasn't on it because the people don't love him. Next time, we'll be taking a look at the Sandgangers, the Minoy lineup, taking on Los Muertos, the Cheeseburger lineup. Cheeseburger, by the way, made me wait all day to cast this game with him, and then backed out anyway. So, shoutouts to Cheeseburger. I hope you're ready for a lot of flame in that series. Anything you want to say before we go?
Yeah, don't pick Hoodwink, people. It's a
It's a
gateway
curse.
drug.
It's a curse. Look, Gotham picked Hoodwink. He had all the cards and he lost. It's really just the Riki Blinders team is really good and massively turned around a game from which they had a huge disadvantage. But it's the Hoodwink.
The problem is clearly Hoodwink.
It's the Hoodwink.
Just don't pick Hoodwink.
Yeah. I guess one thing I should say, I don't think Arkosh shouldn't be beating themselves up. I think they have a lot of disadvantages as a team, and I think their performance here was just good. It's just you weren't gonna win. That's just the sad, unfortunate truth. You're just really outpower leveled here. So we'll see you next time.